9.1% increase to SNAP benefits, otherwise known as food stamps, for the low income. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. I know in this video, I do want to specifically focus on SNAP benefits, food stamps, or sometimes even referred to as EBT for the low income, as these benefits go out to about 43 million low-income Americans every single month, and we all completely recognize these beneficiaries need a lot more money right now, especially after the expiration of the extra allotment that ended back in March of this year. Well, I do want to talk about a potential 9.1% increase to these benefits for all beneficiaries, and that announcement is coming sooner than later. Let's get into it and talk through all the details. Really fast before we do, thanks so much for joining me. If you haven't done so yet, or if you're new here, please make sure to subscribe right down below the video if you haven't done so yet. Also, as long as you're right down below the video, make sure to like this one and of course share this with your friends, family, and social media so we can continue to reach as many people as we can out there and to continue to help as many people as we can right now as things continue to change, and this is a very busy, confusing, and uncertain time we're currently living through. Again, thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so, and let's get into it and talk about the potential 9.1% increase for SNAP benefits and what they're now saying about this, because this is actually pretty encouraging and this announcement is right on the brink of right now, so pretty exciting stuff. Let me talk you through what I've been seeing out there in the headlines and how this is going to impact all beneficiaries, okay? I want to reiterate that as well. This impacts everybody. So if you are a SNAP beneficiary, which by the way, not to be mistaken with other fixed income benefits, that is a totally different announcement, as in other benefits being Social Security, retirement, SSDI, SSI, VA, RRB, any of these other benefits. I'm talking about those in a separate video, but in this video, we're only talking about SNAP benefits, food stamps, whatever we call them, okay? I know that they're called a variety of different things depending on where you're located around the state, around the country, which state you're located in, but I think we all know collectively, SNAP benefits, food stamps, EBT, whatever you get on your card there, okay? However, I've been seeing in the headlines, okay? So over the last few months here, there's been a bunch of projections coming out as far as what the COLA is going to be for SNAP benefits. Again, not other fixed income benefits like Social Security and those that I mentioned just a second ago. There is a COLA for SNAP benefits, and there's a COLA for your fixed income benefit that you get a monthly check for, okay? I've talked about this before, but the COLA for SNAP benefits and food stamps arrives in October, as in it starts then, but guess what? The announcement is literally days away, okay? Of course, I'll bring you that information as we get it, but that announcement is days away, and then it goes into effect October 1st, whereas the COLA for your other fixed income benefits goes into effect, obviously, January, right? Okay, so as a result of that, I want to talk about what I've been seeing out there. They're now projecting, based on the latest inflation data for food, right? We've been talking about that a lot lately with all of these inflation reports that are coming out. I've been talking about food inflation is still very, very high right now, which, by the way, in conjunction with the most recent inflation reports that are coming out, food inflation is still about 7.5% to 8%, depending on what we're looking at, okay? That's just on collectively across the board on a basket of goods, as in a basket of, food products. However, if you look at some different products out there, some things are up significantly more than that. Historically, usually meat-type products are up a lot more than that, right? So just all the meat products you can think of, usually those go up a lot more, right? But anyway, this is what we're looking at as of right now. So the projections as of now are looking at potentially a 9.1% increase, okay? So remember, this year so fiscal year 2023, this year that we're currently in right now for the next couple months here through the end of September, this is the fiscal year 2023, we got a 12.7% increase to SNAP benefits. Not bad, right? 12.7, sorry, did I say 12.7? I meant to say 12.5, sorry, 12.5% increase, okay? Either way, not bad, right? I mean, that's an awesome increase right there to monthly benefits. However, now they're potentially looking at a 9.1%, okay? So as we've been seeing with other things coming out, including the projections for other fixed income benefits, we can see COLAs are coming down simply because they continue to tell us inflation is also coming down. But is it really? Again, that's something else we can talk about in a separate video, which I think we all kind of know where we sit on that, right? Are prices really coming down? Well, as I've talked about before, it's not necessarily the prices are coming down, but rather they're not increasing at the pace that they were last year, right? Remember prices last year increasing significantly, week over week, month over month. Prices were increasing very fast, right? So rather than prices coming down, they're just not increasing as fast as they were a year ago, if that makes sense, right? So it makes it look like, oh, prices are coming down. No, they're not. They're just not increasing at the pace that they were a year ago. That's what it means. So anyway, this is not what they're looking at, a potential 9.1% increase. These are the latest projections. And like I said, the announcement for the COLA for SNAP benefits, otherwise known as food stamps, will be released literally in a matter of just days here. Of course, I'll bring you that information as soon as we get it. And all of these other allocations, as in the household maximums, the minimums that you'll get. Right now, the minimum is $23 a month. You probably know that, right? A couple years ago, it was $16 a month, right? So that will continue to adjust higher, as well as the household maximums for a household of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, and it goes all the way up to 9 plus, right? So the numbers are great. And again, I'll continue to keep you posted on all that. But this is what it's looking like. So again, even a 9.1% COLA, that'd be pretty nice, right? I mean, that'd be pretty awesome. It would still show us that food inflation is still very high, but at the same time, it'd be nice to get compensated for that, right? So this is what they're looking at right now. And again, we won't know what that's going to be until we actually get that official announcement, like I said, in a matter of just days here, okay? So once we get that, of course, I'll bring it to your attention. But this is looking pretty encouraging, even though, we know that food inflation is still very high. Also, by the way, let me point this out for you. Generally, food inflation goes up at a pace of about 2% a year. That's generally what food inflation is supposed to be, about 2% a year. Not 7.5, not 8, not 9, not 12.5, not 10.5, anywhere between 2%. That's generally food inflation. So you can see we are significantly above what food inflation is really supposed to be right now. And it's, one of these things out there that will continue to see food inflation for probably a long time, just because, obviously, a lot of people are buying food on a regular basis, right? So until they can really get this hammered down, it's going to take a long time. As we can clearly see, it's taken years so far just to get to this point. And last year, we haven't made a whole lot of progress. It's maybe come down a little bit, a few percentage points. That's about it. And remember earlier this year, not sure exactly which month it was, but remember when egg prices were like, every time you looked at egg prices, they were up another $1 or like $2 or $3 for a dozen eggs. A dozen eggs was sitting at like $10. Do you remember that? It was not that many months ago, right? Well, those prices have fortunately come down a little bit. They're still, elevated, but not nearly what they were a couple years ago. Do you remember when you can get like an 18-pack for like, $1.89 or something? It was crazy, like practically free, right? It's not that case anymore. Eggs are still pretty expensive. However, they have come down significantly from what they were, earlier this year when they were sitting at $10 a dozen, $15 for 18 or whatever it was. It was just craziness. So anyway, of course, as I get more information on any of this, of course, I'll bring it to your attention right away. There's been a lot of information coming out recently about SNAP, food stamps, EBT, changes to your EBT cards, all kinds of stuff like this. A lot of things have been coming out recently. And of course, I'll continue to keep you posted on all this, as well as any other information coming out on money, benefits, checks, stimulus, your fixed income benefits, Social Security, SSDI, retirement, survivors, SSI, VA, RRB, seniors, people with disabilities. There's a lot of things coming out right now, a lot of information. In fact, if you've been seeing some of my other videos coming out recently, I've been talking about fixed income benefits and all the proposals that are out there right now, including more and more that continue to hit the table from lawmakers, the president's plan, all kinds of different things that continue to come out. It's a pretty busy time right now. So I can say this much. Even though we might look at this and think, this is so frustrating, they're not doing anything, I would look at it from the other hand thinking, this is frustrating, they're not doing anything, but at least they're talking about us. It could be worse. Think of this, lawmakers acting as if we don't even exist. That'd be even worse, right? And again, we know they have the reputation of doing that, right? So just the simple fact that they're talking about low income, they're talking about fixed income beneficiaries, in my honest opinion, is a good thing. Even if they're not getting anything done, at this moment anyway, I would still say that's a win, because there's a lot of times where they act like, wait, low income, who? We don't know what you're talking about, right? So Anyway, I'll keep you posted. I'm always here for you every single day, no matter what. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, enjoy your day. Take care. I'll keep you posted. Have a good one, and catch you again later in the next